Peace. Shalom, Hotep, Namaste. All that good stuff. Love and light. Like the sun that's blocking out my face right now. I'm doing this kind of as a follow-up to my weekly reading. I was just listening to a very close person's video, and I realized that this transitional period that we're in with Scorpio going to Sag has more of a physical / direct influence on us, even with understanding that the emotions to a large degree are physical. You actually get heated up by these things. There's multiple chemical, physical reactions that we can measure with our emotions. Now, with that being said, Scorpio is about transitions. Scorpio is about shadows. It's about revealing secrets. It's about upheaval to a degree. Remember, it has that Martian energy, war, instinct, sexual energy, good and bad, right? The other main thing that we need to remember about Scorpio is that Scorpio rules death. Death is a transition. Death is a new beginning. But death in itself means we have to stop. And sometimes that stopping is merely a pause, a moment to recalibrate as we walk along this path in the many things that we encounter. As I walk along this road, I'm coming up to the stop sign. Does that mean I'm supposed to just stay stopped? Does this mean that I can no longer egress or ingress, depending on which way you want to look at it? No, it does not. It means stop and take a time to gather your surroundings, check on things. The lights in your car, grab that thing that fell over. Now take that bite of that food, that sip. Now check that text message. Look to your left, look to your right. See what's behind you. Make sure your lights are on. Ask your passenger if they need to go back and grab something. Make sure you didn't leave anything. If they need to use the bathroom, if they would like to make a stop on the way, etc. It is a moment of reflection. Which brings me to another aspect that I would like to touch on from this very Divine Lights video. She is somebody that's been close to me since high school. And I appreciate how she was able to further spread out the information so that I can take a step back and gather it for these energies this week. And the funny thing is, the video that she shared with me is actually from 4 weeks ago. But it is still relevant, especially during this shift. And one of the things that she shared in her video is about how your reflection can have cracks. And so many cracks, in fact, that now these cracks in themselves have become more of the beauty of your reflection by showing different prisms of light. It could have never been there without the cracks. Now you're seeing aspects that truly didn't exist and or were not on your radar, could not be in your field of perception without these cracks, without these trials that you have gone through, without having to sit there and reassemble the pieces, whether you're doing it on your own or whether you're doing it through a medium alongside a partner, any of the traditions that we hold dear, that we fall back on. Sometimes it could even look, especially dealing with Scorpio, destructive, self-destructive, right? Don't judge a person's metamorphosis, including your own, because it's going to be ugly. We love a butterfly. Who really just thinks the chrysalis is beautiful? It has its beautiful aspects. Who really thinks what's going on inside of that chrysalis is just the most eye-pleasing events? Perhaps even stomach churning? Do not judge anybody else's process. And there are many different things that go through this type of metamorphosis in their own way. Things have to live inside of deceased animals for their shelter, hermit crabs and the like. The whole of nature is ran off the cycle of death and rebirth. Rebirth and death. So, it might have drugs and alcohol or other what seems to be self-defeating or destructive tendencies of behaviors that lead somewhere. One must never overindulge in one thing or the other. We are here to be gray Jedis, people. Gray Jedis. There is no definitive darkness. There is no definitive light. It really does not matter what perspective you're choosing to come from. Always remember, transition is not only necessary, it is unavoidable. Almost like death. The sun is dying as we speak, as it gives us life. And we are taking in those nutrients, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Shout out to everybody who knows that is. Now, personal, immediate, and for the society at large. This is a transitional period, and Scorpio and the scorpionic energies are going to help us with that. With Mars and Leo, there's more of a need to move, a feeling like something has to happen now, our way. No. And yes, because there is only the now. But it might not be your way, or you might not be able to move now, because again, you got to stop. I'm not sure how visible that was, but the stop sign from earlier took a circle around the block. Beautiful Las Vegas. It's nice to see palm trees and be in the bright sun and whatnot, but I still need this hoodie on. It's a little nippy out here. So I hope this resonates to some degree and gives further understanding of not only the weekly energies that I gave my little breakdown on earlier, but what will be a lingering effect due to transitioning into the philosopher. When the butterfly first emerges from the chrysalis, it doesn't just take off. No. It wipes down his wings. Let's check those out real quick. Okay. It wipes down his head, to get the antenna straight, make sure it knows which way it is going. Remember, full grasp of matters. It will be hard to do that without sitting and stopping first, seeing what is in front of you, making sure that you are able to see, even with the light shining directly at you. There's a path to look, and if you have to go that way, that doesn't mean shield your eyes. That means adjust for the light. Now maybe you have to climb to close it, or maybe you just have to endure until eventually you will be in the gray, in the balance where you can see more clearly. But do not try to fly while you're in the chrysalis or as soon as you emerge. Do not prematurely emerge. Do not prematurely go into the chrysalis. But do understand that you only have so much control over the crystallization. These times are for everyone to take heed. These times are teaching us that change is rapid and rampant. And it's also teaching us not to fear our own powers and not to be so judgmental of others. You don't like what's going on in the world? Change it. It's up to you, buddy. Mike told us way long ago. Man in the mirror. Right? For those on my Moorish side, study yourself. Then when you're done, study yourself again. And when you're done with that, study yourself. The light is within us and it is without us. The light is us. We are of it. Fractal universe. Pick your own time to shine wisely. And know when to dim the lights, because sometimes you need to take a step back. Several steps. That doesn't mean stop moving forward. It means balance. 7 laws of hermeticism. I think that's all the ranting I'm going to do for now. I did not intend for this to be that long. I do hope that some further clarity and motivation was obtained from this. Oculus Draco, Eye of the Dragon. Dragons are wise, powerful, cunning. They can be devastating, or they can be the reason for divine intervention. They can be the creation. They take many forms and don't always even need wings to fly. Eye of the Dragon. See and be of the dragon. Oculus Draco. Peace to you all.